Hello, everybody. My name's Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP. And today on Partner Talks, I have Emily Strickland from Microsoft. Emily, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. My name is Emily, and I am a business applications customer success manager at Microsoft. And what that means is that we don't only wear a lot of hats, but we are mainly focused on ensuring that our customers get the most value out of what they choose to invest in the business apps suite of apps, which could include Dynamics or Power Platform. And we do that by focusing a lot on change management. So while a lot of my peers and counterparts are very technical in nature, I kind of balance out the account team to ensure that we are not only thinking about are we going to be able to implement the technology successfully, but are your users going to be able to use it successfully, and will it lead to the business outcomes that you desire?
Emily, you are on the right show to talk about that because digital adoption is my thing. I really, I've been involved with the user group communities for at least a decade here in Canada and internationally. And one of the things that I always taught at the conferences was how to build, and we called it user adoption program for your CRM users. And I've done many, many sessions on this. And I'm so glad that Microsoft is investing in people like you to come from Microsoft to say, okay, if you want to do this, there's a way to get it done, right? And it's not going to happen overnight, but we've got to keep working on it. So talk a little bit about how you engage with a customer and then how do you bring them forward?
Yeah, so a lot of times we as CSMs are kind of broken up into different areas of the business. So I work a lot with our healthcare and life sciences customers. So a lot of times what will happen is a customer will decide that they want to use Power Platform, for example. And so I will come in and help them answer some of the questions that maybe they didn't answer before. They purchased it or leadership purchased it. But we do start off with what was the strategy behind this? What was the intent of actually investing in something like the Power Platform or Dynamics? And I find that a lot of people, it just takes a whiteboarding session for them to really dig deep into what their why is, what the North Star is. So after we answered that question, which is a big question, we dig a little bit deeper into what desired business outcomes are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to measure? So we do a lot of sessions of, what does success mean to you? What does it mean to your customers, your patients, your supply chain? And then finally, and this is where a lot of the value comes in, is we attach success metrics to those desired outcomes. And a lot of folks know it as KPIs, but we also like to focus on adoption metrics. So yeah, that is kind of the conversation model that we have, but there is obviously many more things that we talk about.
And I love using success metrics instead of KPIs because KPIs
Yes.
seem a little bit cold, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is great because, when being a CRM guy, right, I've always kind of sat down with people and say, okay, we're going to deploy CRM, but the project's not over. It's going to kind of last forever and it's going to keep changing. And you're going to use it and say, what else can I do with this application? What if I had it working with Teams? What can I do with SharePoint? What can I do with Office? And it's just going to keep growing for you. So it's really, having a CRM success manager from Microsoft really giving that information to a customer so they can be their own self-contained CRM success manager within their organization, looking at the forward sort of movement of their project.
Yes, absolutely. That is another aim of ours, is to be good coaches so that people can take these ideas and concepts into other projects that they want to deploy. So yeah, absolutely.
So today, though, we're here really to talk about the Microsoft Customer Success Day. And I'm so glad that we're having that Success Day coming up in March and that we've got great speakers like you. So tell us about your session and who should be attending.
Yes. So the session that I will be co-hosting with another peer of mine is called Building a High-Performing Customer Success Power Team. And in that, we're going to dive deeper into two separate areas. One is building your own adoption plan, and the other area is the adoption health assessment. And the area that I will be focusing on is the build your own adoption plan. So the audience for this could be pretty vast. I would encourage both technical and business folks to actually join this because adoption teams require people from both sides. There's a technology side of change and a business side of change. And if you're not working together, then the rate of success for a certain project can diminish greatly. So, I would encourage anyone who is thinking about starting a project, has already implemented some type of application or technology, or if you have just gone live and you're trying to figure out what the next steps are, building an adoption plan and an adoption team is a great step to take.
And I like the term you use, adoption team, because, through the user group, over a decade teaching there, at first it was all technical people, right? Showing up because CRM was new. We're putting the projects in, they'd show up. A couple of years later, they come back, but now they have this person who's their CRM administrator manager, right? A couple of years later, there's 5 people from that company coming into the user group meeting because now they have the executive who owns it, right? And they were all interested, the technical, the support, and the people that kind of manage and administrate things all were looking for, how do we get to our next step? And it wasn't a technical conversation they were looking for. They were looking for that conversation, that exactly what you're going to be presenting on. Thanks for your time today. And I hope we get back to you in the near future to talk more about digital adoption and customer success.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye for now.
Bye.